And it's almost impossible when you research options trading not to come across what we call income strategies. And I know that this is something that we see all over the internet. That's why I wanted to make a video where I share my opinion on what are those income strategies and why I absolutely don't think that there is such a thing as an income in trading. And if you find this video helpful or interesting, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. I'd really appreciate it. Obviously, when you start options and you see income strategies, it sounds very appealing and we really want to know what are those income strategies. And so did I when I started. I really wanted to understand what are those income strategies and how could I use them to potentially create an income for myself. And the more I was going down the rabbit hole and the more I was trading options and the more I was trying to understand how they work, the more I understood that there is absolutely nothing such as an income in trading. And don't get me wrong, as much as you can make money, it's true, I agree that you can make money, you absolutely shouldn't think of options or trading or anything in general related to the stock market as an income. And when we talk about those income strategies, we often refer to what we call option selling strategies, which is the bread and butter of Tasty Trade, which is the bread and butter of a lot of people who trade options. And it's true. And I agree that option selling strategies is, in my opinion, a very good way of trading options. And I think that's the best way of trading options, by the way. But calling that income strategies, there is a very big difference between being able to make money in the markets and actually generating a regular income, because that's where the whole problem lies. When we talk about income, and especially for newcomers who just start options and who want to learn more, talking about income strategies implies that you're going to be able to make this on a regular basis. You're going to bring money into your account on a regular basis. But the more you trade, the more you realize that there is absolutely no way that you're going to create an income based just on options. And if you have a huge account, like let's say $6 million account, obviously what you're going to bring in your account, even if it's just a tiny percentage of your account, is going to represent quite a lot, because proportionally, if you have a $6 million account, it's going to represent quite a lot, even if you only bring per month 1%. Because even if you were only generating 1% a month on your $6 million account, that would be $60,000 a month. And I agree that at that point, that's absolutely an income that you can generate for yourself. But the truth is, most people don't start with a $6 million account or ever achieve a $6 million account. Most people are going to start with few $1,000s as an account. And that's absolutely what I did myself. And you know, when you hear all those income strategies on YouTube and Google, it's really not the case at all. It's really not an income strategy that it's really not an income that you're going to bring, especially with like even $10,000, $20,000 or $30,000 accounts. And the reason I'm saying this is that when we talk about option selling strategies have a very big particularity, meaning that they tend to have a higher probability of profit. But you have to give up something for that. The fact that you're going to earn often, you have to give up something, because there is no free lunch. You're not going to have a high probability of profit and earn a ton of money like this for free. Of course not. You have to give up something. You have to take a risk somewhere. And that's in general something that no one tells you when they talk about those income strategies, because otherwise that breaks the dream of income strategies. But when you are using option selling strategies, the losses that you're going to have are usually going to become bigger. And let me give you an example so it's clear. Let's say that using an option selling strategy like selling naked puts. Right, okay, selling naked puts, if you sell naked puts very far out the money, you can easily have 95% probability of profit. That's not a problem at all. The problem is you're going to earn, yes, 95% of the time, it's true, but the 5% of the time when you're going to lose is going to hurt, and it's going to be stressful on top of that. I mean, there is no free lunch, but those 5% losses will usually represent bigger losses than what you actually win when you win on a trade to trade basis. And you're probably going to end up making money in the end when you subtract the losses from the gains. But what I mean by this is that the fact that you win 95% of the time doesn't mean that you're going to bring an income on a regular basis. Because, you know, when you look at the stock market and all the crashes that have been happening, you know that this is not something that is certain at all. Like, you know, the stock market is probably one of the most uncertain things in the world. When you trade it, you absolutely do not know what is going to happen. And, you know, it's been happening more than once than overnight the stock market crashed. And it's true that, for example, if I show you earning trades that I've taken, when you see a certain pattern repeating over and over, like 95% of the time, it really feels like it's easy money, quote to quote easy money. But when you have those 5% losses that happen, that usually puts you back in your shoes, like, okay, this is not as easy as I thought, and there's absolutely no free lunch. It's really about thinking and realizing what you're getting into. There are people who actually trade full-time, like who do this on a day-to-day basis, and they're absolutely doing this full-time. And hedge funds allocate a lot of resources so as to create profitable strategies. So thinking that there is such an easy thing as income coming from trading, it's really not the truth. And I don't say this as a way to criticize anything or anyone. It's more to bring awareness on what you need to expect when you're getting into options. Because of course you want to bring an income home and everything, and I get it, but it's not something that you're going to find in the stock market. Even though there is so much money that is flowing in and flowing out every day, there is absolutely nothing certain in the stock market. And that's something that I really want you to understand, is that if it was that easy, everyone would do it, and that's just a fact. But it's not easy, and that's why not everyone is doing it, and that's why it's just hard, and that's the reality of the thing. And using option selling strategies is very tricky, because you win 95% of the time. You're tempted to start trading bigger and bigger, because you're like, I win 95% of the time and it feels like an income, so you start trading bigger and you start earning more money. That's true, but when the 5% are going to happen, they're going to hurt you so much, and if you trade too big, you will probably blow up your account. It's all about realizing that when you use option selling strategies, the losses that you're going to have are going to be bigger than the winners, and hopefully in the end the losers won't offset completely the winners. But that's absolutely something that could happen if you trade too big, for example. And the only way to actually make a lot of money in trading is to already have a lot of money, is to already leverage the ton of money that you already have by using strategies that allow you to really compound this. And maybe if you have, for example, as I said before, a $6 million account, maybe it's going to help you create an income, because you already have so much money that even if you generate 1% per month, it's already $60,000 a month. It's not what's happening for 99% of people. 99% of people, including me, don't have a $6 million account to start with when you're starting options. And that's where the whole paradox of trading for me is coming into play, is that to be able to make a lot of money, you need to have a lot of money. And that's why it's a paradox, because a lot of people want to get into options or trading in general to make money, but to be able to make money, you already need to have a lot of money. And that's when you will experience yourself those 5% losers, that those income strategies, quote to quote, will feel like everything but like income strategies. Because when you're finding yourself using option selling strategies, naked puts, for example, during a crash, that absolutely doesn't feel like an income strategy at all. It's absolutely stressful, and you really need to trade small. And that's why there's so much conflict of interest in trading, because to be able to make a lot of money, you already need to have a lot of money, except that there is a lot of money to be made in making people believe that there is such a thing as an income strategy. And I've been falling in it myself. I've fallen into that trap like so many times. And I'm just making this video to bring awareness on what you need to expect. And I'm the first one who says that option selling strategies is, in my opinion, the best strategy that you can use, meaning everything that is around selling credit spreads or selling naked puts or selling calls or whatever it is. As long as it's an option selling strategy, I think those strategies are the best. But calling them income strategies, for me, is a very, very dangerous thing. And after that, I understand that people can disagree, and I'd love to hear some disagreements and why you don't agree with me. But the point of my video is really just to bring awareness and to help you make more informed decisions on when you want to trade, because I know the temptation, I know how badly you want to make money using options. For me, it's better to stick to the harsh reality, like there is no such a thing as income strategies. Everything comes with a risk. There is no free lunch. Everything you will do will have a risk. And the person who tells you that there is no hidden risks or there is no risk to income strategies and that it's absolutely sure is absolutely lying to you. And I've been lied, and I just want you to experience the same thing. So please make informed and safe decisions, and I wish you all the best and see you in the next video.